Yeah, so that was just like the beginning, man. Humble beginnings, getting spanked. I ended up getting moved out of there like a couple months later because there was this Patria dude who came from up top. He had a court date, but he was on the other side. I popped it off on him in the corridor. This is some big dude. Some big dude, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know he had the whole building for Patria at the time. I didn't know, you know what I'm saying? All it is I'm mad. I get home from court. And all of that. It's either after I came home from court that same day or it was the day after. And we walking with the other side to like the gym or something. And I was the end of the line. And he was the first person starting off their line, but he was right behind me. And I remember just turning, looking him in the face and minding my business, but I had an attitude because I was mad at Bronx Court. And I remember hearing, fuck is this day room nigga? Da. And I'm just listening to him talk. And he just talking wild shit. I didn't know who he was. He didn't know who I was. You know what I'm saying? But I ended up turning around, hooking off on him, and caught him by surprise. He throws a swing. I ducked down. I grabbed his legs, like behind his knees, and I leaned my body on him. So he falls back. He immediately puts me in the headlock, choking the shit out of me. Like I felt myself about to pass out. You feel me? The COs came, broke it up. Little did I know that, like I said, he was like the man for Patria, the man. So over the next couple of months, I ended up getting into like random like spats or like shouting matches with Patria dudes.
Like, yo, there he go in Spanish or whatever.
I ain't gonna lie, like they was doing their thing, you know what I'm saying? Like I ain't know if it could either be a fight or I was going to end up getting cut, you know what I'm saying? Like I was half worried. I'm like, yo, listen, if niggas want to fight, we can fight. You feel me? But I'm in an era where like it's a little bit harder to get your hands on like you know what I mean, like a weapon. It's a little bit harder because I'm not a part of a gang, and at the same time, my era, if you look at the radiators and stuff like that, it's mostly just pipe. It ain't even enough metal. There ain't even enough metal left to make nothing.
A lot of shit changed.
Everybody from the 90s
we took it all. We took it all.
I'm in there. I'm like, yo, this is what's going on in here?
Yo, Nate, and you know how I know? Because people think like I just don't like to keep saying it because people think like I'm showing off and I try to tone it down. Like I went through recently to the island. So I know because when I went through, I was like, what the hell is this, bro? This is like a super shelter. It feels like jail now with the jumper, the clothes they give me. You don't rock your clothes. It's like now I'm in jail, bro. Before it felt like I was just at home. Like, hey, what's up? We back on the island.
Exactly. Now it's all jumpers and all of that. When I was there, we had a big riot when I was in Mall 3 Lower with some dudes, and it was over some sneakers. And I remember from that point on, they started giving everybody Patakis.
Yeah, Patakis.
They started giving everybody Patakis. Them stink ass Patakis.
Yo, they make his feet stink and they smell weird, like the paint on it, like the color anyway. And then
like funny rubbery smell.
Word. And you rock them 2 or 3 days and them shit is on fire.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so that was your first and only time on the island. So okay, so now you got into it with the Patrias. You still on the island. Is you wilding? You getting beat
I was on Rikers Island. I was on Rikers Island for 17 months, and then I went up north. Then I came home from up north. I did violation. I ain't never did that.
You did a lot of time on the island like me. I wind up staying a lot of times because I wanted to stay. I could have been up north and back home. My first time on the island, I didn't even know. Like, I paid the no mind. Like, if you cop out and hurry up, you could go get shot and go home. I'm staying on the island trying to fight the case to stay there longer, thinking my time is going to count when I go up north. and I went straight to shock. I could have been did that. I made it longer, but I was so used to the island. You know, it's sad that I liked it. It's like I feel sad.
After a while, you get used to it. You get institutionalized. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, especially when you're not being bullied every day.
Facts. When you the man,
then you get real comfortable. When you somebody who you with the biggest bullies and you not getting bullied.
Facts.
It makes you more comfortable. You sleep easy at night because you know what I mean? Anything can happen, but you with the winners.
Right. I don't think that people understand that part. They look at it like these dudes are crazy. Like when I used to say, yo, I got used to it. I used to like it. Like, bro, as sad as it may be, even when I used to catch people that come in from the outside that they were tough on the outside and I catch them. Now it's like, yo, you in my house now. What's up? It's lit for you, boy. You not the tough guys that were real tough in the streets in New York, when they got locked up, 90% of the time they were buns in jail. And I'm like, look at the gangster when he's drunk, he's a gorilla. Now he's on the island like, yo, war, they took my stuff. I gotta get your stuff back and all that. I thought you was a baller, baby, the killer, yeah. Everything changes, a different world, man, and that's crazy. And you do get institutionalized. Thank God today we're doing a lot of different things. So the island, you went up north, you did state time, or no, you just stayed on the island?
I only did state time for a couple months because I ended up carving out to 1 to 3. I came home on good time, 24 months. So I went from Rikers Island, I went to downstate, and then I went to Green for a little while.
Bro, but they send you to Green. They send you to Green. Green was one of the wildest spots up north. When you went there,
the medium,
at one point,
the medium,
right, the medium. Where you went to the?
Yeah, I went to the medium.
Right. So the medium in Green still was wild.
It was wild.
When you was there, was it still like that?
For that long. First of all, I got my boot smoked when I first went to Green too.
That's what I'm saying. Look at that. Yo, they was trying to play you.
I did. Yo, but I got me being neutral. It's like I got jumped a couple times when I first got to a place. Like I get jumped, and then I'd be like, okay, cool, we got that over with. Who want to fight now? Who want to get the one on that? Because I'm not gonna snitch, and y'all not gonna hold me every day. So let's just figure out who want to fight right now. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? I took my lumps and I gave out my lumps too, you know what I'm saying? But I took my lumps. I lost more fights than I won, but I won. And even when I lost, I got my point across.
That's right. I think you got jumped. I think I could be wrong. I think you got jumped so many times everywhere, the places that you went to, because you was probably one dude that, like, who said that? Or the gang, the Bloods or the Kings. I don't care. Like, nah, what's up? You don't care. Like, you was just like thinking like, y'all not gonna be just bullying me, telling me what to do. I think that's why when you don't listen, dudes be like, yo, he gotta get up out of here, you heard?
Yeah, it's certain stuff like that. Like they try to have like a whole seating arrangement thing.
Yeah, like this is when the Kings sit, this is when the Bloods sit. Yeah.
They're right. Like, yo, at a certain time you can't be in here, this, that, and the third. Yeah. I'm like, man, we got MTV up here. I'm trying to watch videos.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, y'all niggas is drunk. Y'all niggas is drunk. And then one of my mans was from the hood, was there, and he was holding weight. You know what I'm saying? Because he had the banger. So right after he stood up for me, they let it rock. They left me alone. And then 2-3 days later, he gets a random search and he gets caught with the thing.
Oh, somebody told on him.
It told on him. So then that same night, I'm in the day room, sitting back, feet up. One of the dudes, he's like from Buffalo or some shit like that. He like, yo, man, the dude was arguing with the other day. He wanted to get a one-on in the shower area. I go in there. I'm not peeping this lineup. I'm not recognizing that all his mans is like pretending to be taking a piss and pretending to be washing their hands. I go in there like, yo, I'm about to beat this nigga up. I see him in the shower area by himself. I get ready to throw my hands. I get punched in the back of my head. I get punched in the back of my head. I start getting jumped. Niggas jump me, then stood me up. And then the guy I was supposed to fight We end up having the fight while everybody else watching. Soon as I start beating them up, they jump me again. They jump me again, and then they're like, yo, I ain't gonna lie, yo, man, you tough. You gonna hold it down, right? They're like, yeah. They're like, yo, man, you can come sit down whenever you want. I'm like, nigga.
You could have did that from the gate.
Why we had to go through all of that? You could have just said, yo, if you want to sit here, who you want to fight? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm never going to run away from a fight.
Yeah. I respect that part where you say, but you know why I laugh? Because I used to do that stupid shit. I was part of that stupid crowd sometime for a minute. So I got a little older than I was like, nah,
yeah, and I ain't going to lie. It's times where I was on that other side too. Where I was a dude that was
become that.
So whenever it happened to me, I was like, it's cool. That's karma. I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? But after a while, but by that point, I already wasn't even on that wild stuff no more because I started gaining the knowledge of self when I was on the island way before that. I had this CO named Brother X. And when I was in the Mark 3 Lower, he started talking to us about like the 48 laws of power, Behold the Pale White Horse, the Art of Seduction. He had us watching the Malcolm X movie. You know what I'm saying? And he was talking to us about a whole bunch of woke shit.
To empower your people and give you knowledge
this was like about my 7th, 8th month. You know what I'm saying? On Rikers Island. Like my 7th, 8th month. So by that 7th, 8th month, the most times I was gonna get jumped already happened. The most violations that I did against other people had already happened because after I met him, from the moment I left that crib, I wasn't on that type of time no more. I didn't extort nobody no more. I'm like, I'm not even a blood crip. None of that. That ain't even for me. You know what I'm saying? That ain't for me. My whole thing was just respect.
All right, I got a question. I got a question for you, and I want you to answer it as honest as you can. Without I'm not trying to like doodle on a whole group of people, right? Like we know that it's selected individuals and there's good people and bad people and everything, right? But the most oppressive and bulliest gang that you ever seen of their own people on Rikers Island will be what gang to you?
Without a doubt, it's the Bloods, but that's by default. I mean, anybody who has the most numbers at any point is by default going to be the most oppressive people. It's as simple as that. You're going to have a lot of corruption within that. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it's by default. If the Crips would have had the most numbers, it would have been the Crips. You know what I'm saying? It would have been whoever got the most numbers.
Do you think that the way you saying it seems like to me, because this is the way I see it, maybe you see it different. I feel, and I know because I was in that position with the numbers super higher, and me and whoever was around me were the main dudes in the house, right? So my thinking is, do you feel like they just being bullies and they know that they oppressing, or you think that in their mind they feel they doing the right thing for their people?
I mean,
but it's coming across as something wrong because they're not seeing other people's feelings and worried. They're worrying about their people. You get it?
The way I think about it is, my personal opinion about all gangs is that all gangs have blood on their hands. All gangs have corrupt people at the top.
I agree.
Some have more than others. And I feel like common sense is common sense. Everybody has a conscience. Everybody is a logical thinking person. You know when you're doing something fucked up. You know when you are. But it's as simple as this. Certain type of people, when you give a certain type of person a certain amount of power, the power just exposes who they are. And it really don't matter what gang they are. If you're a weak person, when you get power, you're going to be very corrupt about it. If you're a real insecure person with power, the fruits of your labor going to reflect that. If you're a real insecure person with power, it's going to reflect that. You know what I'm saying? People with power, if they bitch ass niggas, they bitch ass niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, Nicky Barnes, super big drug dealer. He gets locked up. Somebody fucks his bitch. He rats on everybody.
Facts.
Because somebody fucked his bitch. But you know what type of game you participating in. You know these hoes can't be trusted. You know what I mean? Like, what you expect? Who gonna fuck her? You locked up. Somebody gonna hit it.
Yeah,
you
facts.
know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of foul stuff happen over women. These days, almost none of this foul stuff happens over money. So really, this is like you being a white supremacist for the white supremacists. How I see it, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely right. Let me ask you something real brief, and I don't even mean to cut you off. It's just before I forget. Do you think there's something that we can do better or different? Because I see it all the time on social media, and as a podcaster or, you know, a dude that makes content, right? Everybody wants to be a content creator, but with respect to everybody's craft, I believe that some people actually just make videos and they think that it's content, and that's nonsense. That's not content. It's a difference. You feel me? So do you think as the people that, because I'm at fault of it sometimes too, you feel like you're spreading a message, but people are taking the wrong message. Your people are still looking at you like you super gang or against these other people or whatever people, right? Like, you think there's something better that we could do as black and brown brothers to unite each other more on social media, being that is the #1 watched thing in the world? Like, content creation and streams generated more of an income than oil throughout the last few years, and that's deep, right? So Netflix is made more money than Exxon, and that's crazy because oil is was always the #1 thing in the world. So streams generated more of an income there, and it's a powerful thing, and it's a beautiful thing that our black and brown brothers and sisters, meaning mainly to me, Puerto Rican and black, with respects to everybody else, just because that's what I always seen in the beginning. But we got to give props to the Dominicans, everybody that's coming up, you know, regardless. Everybody has their different stripes. We talking like reasonable grown men, right? Like, do you think there's a better way or something that we could do, being that a lot of us have a little platform? There's levels in life, and being as humble as I can be, there's people trying to get to the level where you're at on YouTube, and it's the biggest platform in the world. There's over 1 million people today, right? 600 million hours of content are being uploaded to YouTube on a daily basis. And millions of those people are just starting and trying to get to where you at. So whether you give yourself or pat yourself in the back or not, you've done a hell of a great job, Nate, right? So what I'm saying is, and sometimes we don't reward or applaud our people, and people hate, right? Because it's not dumb. They don't understand it, right? They fear the unknown. But you think there's something better that we could do as content creators and people on these platforms to unite our people more, so that the message don't be like it's always brown against black? Because at times people use these platforms to take out their personal vendettas, that a king might have cut him, boom, and send him to the infirmary. Now he's telling a story, but he's saying it all backwards because it's time for him to get his payback at the kings, right? And the Bloods and vice versa, and a lot of gang things going on that I just watch and I think is ugly and is destructive to the real world. When people hear this plays out in the street. So we go back to the power of word. People don't pay mind to the power of word. It's very strong, bro. What you say on here can set something off in the street real bad. And before they take away, every time the people in the world and society give us black and brown people something good that we could better ourselves with, like the internet and YouTube, and instead of taking advantage of that, our people come in and destroy it, and then we get mad and blame others when it's taken away from us. What can we do to prevent that?
My personal opinion is, first you gotta ask yourself what you're doing this for. Are you just doing this to make money, or are you doing this because you want to be of service? You know what I'm saying? When I first started this, I realized that I really want to scare like young people out of getting locked up.
Nice.
I realized that I participated in the oppression of my own people But see, throughout my whole time in jail, I never seriously had a personal issue with Puerto Rican people or Dominican people. I never had a serious issue. And also, like, I'm from the Bronx, so you growing up, your neighbor could be Dominican. Your neighbor could be, you know what I'm saying, Puerto Rican. You feel me? And come on, we don't got to talk about Dominican and Puerto Rican women. You know what I'm saying? Like, they love black dudes, and then black women love Spanish dudes.
And like, over here, and with us, is the other way around. You get it? Like, they love black dudes. You get it? Like, our Spanish
exactly, people. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta, if they only in it to just tell
my nieces and nephews are black. They own a clothing company, black in progress. They online all over. They black, bro. Like, they from Marcy and Quincy. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, and at the end of the day, like, what are we talking about? Race? We all got the same ancestors, and by 2050, everybody gonna be some type of brown or dark brown anyway.
And everybody. Mind you, when I go to the Bronx, because I'm always posting when I go to Jamaica, Queens, the Bronx, which, by the way, I'm from Brooklyn, born and raised Sunset Park, but people see me posting everywhere, and I used to live in every borough, as sad as it may be, except Staten Island, when I was running the streets hard body. But I go to the Bronx every week, bro. And when I go to the Bronx, guess who I go to hang out with, bro? And mostly 90% of my friends I'm hanging out with, they bloods, and they black and Puerto Rican, and only like 1 or 2 are Puerto Rican. The rest of them are black, my dude.
Exactly.
You feel me? Like, so
we have to figure out like what's more important. You know what I'm saying? Because first of all, we got to understand that if we're talking about all gangs worldwide, we got to realize that 80-90% of the people in these gangs are stupid. They're idiots. They're idiots. So then once you realize that almost everybody's an idiot, now you got to think about all the smart people, the intellectuals, the people like you. You know what I'm saying? The people like my man Hocus 4/5.
I had the opportunity to meet him right on his block. We was bugging out laughing because that's where I be at around there where he's from.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like Hocus 4/5. His family like been on my block for like 10, 20 years. You know what I'm saying? So they basically like family, you know what I'm saying?
You know why I know?
It's a smart brother. It's a smart brother, you know what I mean?
Super smart. You know why I know you? Like, I know that you're not randomly talking, which I know you wasn't like that. You would never be here. I know a good dude, and I analyze people before I F with them. I learned that. That's one thing I learned from the Almighty Land King Nation is you put everybody, to me, is under observation. You feel me? For a minute or two, I decide, is this someone that I could deal with? Is he king material or not? Is he a real man, a stand-up man or not? That's the way I carry my life. So I got a lot of good things out of it, you know, and not everything is bad in life. But anyway, Hocus 4/5, the reason why I say that is because I know that you're telling facts, because when you told me Morris, Park Avenue, all that, that's where I'll be seeing him. I don't mean to blow him up. Everybody knows that. And that's where me and him spoke at. So I know, being that you said that's your area, you facts, because I walked them right to the building. Me and him walked facts.
Exactly, you know what I mean? So we gotta realize that, like, what are we gonna do? We're gonna keep putting the flag first. Like, if you want to rep your flag, that's cool, but from somebody watching from the outside in, there's more important things in that. Think about the things that your flag might be slowing you down from accomplishing, which is building connections. Like, you can't put your flag over the benefit and the welfare of your kids. Yeah, because you could be in jail banging whatever you banging, but somebody gonna be fucking your woman, and it's gonna be another man around your kids when you supposed to be there. But you in jail and you worrying about all this other shit that don't matter. Like, we gotta figure out what's more important. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody getting these alerts and they on Instagram and they talking about asteroids is getting close to the planet and all that other shit. If the asteroid hit the planet right now, which is what I always say, or if it's a super big hurricane or something that rocks the planet, who's gonna care about whether they blood, crib, Land King, Patria, more than they worried about just survival.
Yeah.
If you got a problem with Spanish people and you're black, or if you got a problem with black people and you're Spanish, and the asteroid hit the planet and you just trying to survive,
that's a fact.
We're gonna need to work together to protect our babies.
Facts.
So is your own beef gonna matter? You know what I'm saying? Like when I think about what's going on in Chicago and all that, with the young dudes dumb. And everything, like it's really dumb, and it's not about no money. Yes, I get it. Y'all killing each other. Y'all mans got murked by the other side. Cool. But here's the thing. What is going to matter more than that? My thing is this. You got to have an identity outside of your block, outside of your flag. Who are you as a man? What kind of intellect do you have outside of your flag? What purpose are you here for?